What's up, guys? It's me, Iron Builder 45 here, and today I'm going to show you how to install a brand new fuel tank for your mini bike. Let's go. So it has been a little bit, and the JB weld wouldn't work on the broken hinges. So the JB weld did not work, but if the JB weld worked for you guys, that's nice. But I tried to JB weld it again in warm temperature. It didn't work, so I took this down to different welding shops and all of them said no. So I went to my computer and I bought an aftermarket one. So we're gonna install this one. Okay, so let's just take this out. All right, and here's the fuel lining, the new parts right here. Next up, you want to check if they're identical. So if we look at the top, you can see that the cap here is much bigger than this one. If you turn sideways, you can see this one is much smaller right here. If I compare right there, you can see it's much smaller right there. The back. So this one looks much smaller, but I know it's gonna fit. This one, just slightly smaller right there. What about the bottom? Turn this way. Okay. All right, looks like this will fit perfectly. Actually, you can see that they welded it right there, so that this will not break off anytime soon. Okay, let's put the fuel lining right on this new fuel tank. I'm not going to put the old one on here because who knows, it's probably going to break off anyways. So let's put the new fuel lining on. So we have this small fuel line. I don't know if it's going to fit on there or not. It's okay if we use the old one. We got this one. And I think this is a fuel filter, I think. And here's the fuel stopper right here. This is what stops the fuel. So if you want the fuel to go on, just turn it on. Just turn this so that's on, and to turn it off, you just turn it left. And we also have this bigger fuel filter right here. This catches all the dirt. So you can see right there, prevents from dirt going into the motor. So let's install this. First, I'll pull this off. Ooh, there's a hole right there. Okay, I think this goes over right here, but I'm not sure how it works. Okay, so that goes right there. I think I push down. This is the bottom, this is the top. But how does this go in though? I'm gonna take the cap off. So you can see that this other fuel filter that prevents dirt from entering the fuel lines, make sure this has a crush washer. If it doesn't, you need to go get one. This prevents from fuel leaking out, so just insert it right in here. Because if you don't do it, then dirt's gonna enter the fuel lines, and you definitely don't want that. And you want to put this right on here. And now screw it in. And make sure this is straight, like the old one. Make sure this is straight, like this one. So you can always look at this one. Right now. So we can just tighten it down right here. Oops. Just like that. Just make it tight enough. Don't super tighten it, or else you're going to damage it. make sure it's sealed so that no gas will leak out. Good. Nice. Okay. But you can always move it forward like that, and just a little bit. And then push it back just to make it straight. Okay, so to pop this in, this is a vapor from the fumes. So you just push this in. Be careful not to break it. Don't be afraid. There we go. So this does not connect to the new fuel line. This is just to get the vapors out. That's because this new fuel cap does not have the vapor hole that lets the gas fumes out. So that's why this is here. So I just noticed something about this fuel line. I have to connect the new fuel tank to the old fuel line because, as you can see, this one is not long enough. You can see how this extends out, but that's okay. I fill this up with fresh fuel. You always want to fill your mini bikes with 91 or 93. Do not fill your mini bikes with 85 or 87 because 85 and 87 have corn gas. It has that ethanol, thick ethanol, which can clog up the fuel lines and the carburetors. Even though this fuel tank is much smaller, at least I have something that will hold fuel. I was gonna get like those bottle like fuel tanks that look like this, but in order to buy those I need to remove the stock exhaust, and I don't have enough money just to go out and buy an aftermarket exhaust. I'm just gonna leave that there for now, but at least I have something to hold fuel. Okay, so I'm gonna put the old fuel tank with the mini bike extras, and I do have the new fuel tank fuel line. This ain't long enough, so I'm gonna put this right there, and let's just put the fuel tank right there with the broken hinges and the fuel cap, and good. Okay, it's time to put the new fuel tank on here. So I got the fuel tank in, but I had to bend this hinge back just a little bit, just barely, just to get this in there, because at the factory when it was hot there, it must have bent over just a little bit, so I had to bend it back just to get it fit on there. But now it fits on there. Let's bolt it on. So I tightened all of these down. This one and this one right here. This one back here was an absolute pain just to get on. It took me at least 20 minutes, but at least I got it on. And I also had to turn this so I could get the fuel line on here. Okay, so we could just attach this fuel line right onto here. So just push this forward. That. So with the fuel line seated, we get this locker head right here. This is kind of hard to squeeze, so you may need one of these. Just squeeze it, like bring it right there. Okay, keep dragging it. Okay, good. Also, I'm gonna reconnect this throttle cable right here. Also, the fuel line ain't in the way of this, so that's good. So I'm just gonna do that right now. And I'm also gonna tighten these up. Doo-doo. Okay, got this tightened down. Look, and that ain't going nowhere. And you can actually see how thick those welds are, which means this ain't probably gonna break off. It's never gonna break off because they triple welded it right there, and this other plate right here that holds this fuel tank. And all you need to do is fill it up with some fresh fuel, and you'll be good to go. Well, guys, looks like this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, installing the brand new fuel tank. Even though it's smaller, at least it will hold fuel up. and you can actually see that. Look, see, no sounds, everything is going real good. Also, the screw that holds the air control valve open, now I got that fixed as well, so it looks like I got this bike fixed again so I can hit the road. But remember guys, go check out my other videos, and I'll see you guys next time.